And I'd like actually to talk a little bit about that. We're talking about the extra 60 tests that go on between, Autel and AmpUp on top of the regular CPP, work. And I can honestly say that there isn't a single scenario that could possibly happen outside of very small corner cases that we have not seen during testing. So, the whole thing is that, I don't know if it's the hardware provider or the software provider, I don't know what's wrong. That's typically if you have, two players that are not really good at working together. So when you run into something like that, there's something wrong with that relationship. That's why, something like Autel and AmpUp stands out, because there's a seamless collaboration when it comes to this type of fault diagnostics and the resolution.
And I think you hit on something that I think is underestimated in this industry: service. The success I found is, do I pick up the phone? Do I respond to a customer inquiry or complaint? And I can tell you, I remember that homeowner I told you we installed a Autel home charger at. I was able to push like a warranty request because I think his something just stopped working. And your CEO, Michelle, right? CEO, Michelle? CRO, right? Got on the email thread and was able to expedite a shipment of a new product. And I think customers who had first interaction to a new industry, that's so huge. To be like, hey, this company takes care of me. And why would you look elsewhere after that? Because you bought a product, they did what they said they're gonna do, they exceeded expectations. So I feel like that's, to me, what sets companies apart in this moment in the industry.
So what you're talking about is absolutely critical. No product is foolproof, no product is bulletproof. You're going to have issues. The question is, how does the company that provided that product or service react or respond when there is a need for customer service or customer support? So it's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, and Autel prides themselves on, is there's this crucial third part of this ecosystem. There's the hardware, there's the software, but then there's the O&M, the operation and maintenance of the station itself and the software. And when there are problems, how do those things get dealt with? So our mindset, and Autel is, a great partner for us in this case. We really believe strongly in trying to do as much remote diagnostics as we possibly can. And if we can avoid having to do a truck roll, a tier 1 support, if we can handle it remotely through a soft reset or a hard reset of the station, that's obviously far preferable. But if we do have to step in and replace some hardware or whatever it might be, we need to show the customer that we're willing to do that. And that is a really critical piece of getting a long-term relationship and partnership. And one last thought on that: a lot of that remote diagnostics, a lot of that, sort of the ecosystem that I'm talking about is born out of rigorous testing. So we have made it a point of pride to not only go through all of the testing that is required to become fully OCPP compliant, we integrate our software on every piece of Autel hardware, make sure that it's validated, it's certified, and it's bulletproof. But not only that, we don't stop with just the OCPP testing. Our engineers together do 60 other tests. On top of that, we do everything we can to stress test this and attempt to break the linkage between software and hardware. And when we're not successful, when it is able to withstand whatever we throw at it, we know that it's going to be really rugged and reliable in the field.